Ali, Ali. Good evening, friends. Attention, please. We are going to start the proceedings of the CME. At the onset, I must thank all of you for attending this CME and taking out precious time, a few minutes of your precious time to come and attend. And I think this is after a long time we are having gathering of more than 30 doctors, because in Bathinda gradually over 10 years, the academic, you can say the environment of small CMEs has gradually decreased. And I think now with the initiative which Dr. Amit Taneja and Dr. Jayant has taken, they are going to revive the academic environment with Academic Physicians Forum. Right, Dr. So I must congratulate you and appeal to everyone to support this initiative so that we can have academic environment which we used to have 15 years back. Dr. Mohanlal, Dr. Mahinder Singh, Dr. K.K. Nauria is sitting. So we used to have 100% attendance even over a cup of tea or soup. ਉਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ 4,000 ਰੁਪਏ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਪਰ 100 ਰੁਪਏ ਵੀ ਟੋਕਨ ਸੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਵੀ ਐਵੇਂ ਹੀ ਨਾ ਆ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ। So yes, so that is what we will expect two young doctors to take lead and inculcate the same thing which we used to experience 15 years back. So thank you very much for coming. This is first time we are having an international speaker who will be talking about home blood pressure monitoring, which is coming up in a very big way. Before that, I invite our chairpersons, young dynamic cardiologist, Dr. Jay Jindal, please, to take his seat as chairperson. Dr. K.K. Noria. And Dr. Amit Taneja. So, I will take this opportunity again to appeal to you all to register and support Mapicon also. That is the flagship of API Malwa branch, which has gained national importance just because of your support. And with that, we can, increase the participation also. So now I request our chairpersons to honor our speaker, Dr. Noriko. Please come. Sonia. So chairperson, please. So I request Dr. Jay Jindal, please introduce our speaker, and Dr. K.K. Noria to introduce the associate of Dr. Rao.
Thank you, sir. So, first of all, it's an honor to have an international researcher and a speaker in a city like ours, because we don't get many international speakers because of the remoteness, or because of, can say that still we are lagging behind as far as, if you put Patinda on the, from the academic point of view, we are still lagging behind. But thank you for coming all the way and honoring all of us. And so today's topic, as we all know, is very important: home blood pressure monitoring, which is, as Dr. Mithul said, is coming up off late in a very big way, because we all know that how much value it has added in managing our hypertensive patients in our clinical practice. So none other than Dr. Noriko Matsushita from Japan, and she will be giving us an overview on home blood pressure monitoring. Thank you, Dr. Noriko, and we welcome you in the city of Bateta. Thank you. So I now request Dr. Noria to introduce our next guest.
Thank you, Dr. Ethan. As Dr. Linda has already told you about the importance of home blood pressure monitoring, and today we are going to have this meeting. And the international speaker has told the co-sponsor with the speaker is Mr. Manoj B. So he is a Master of Public Health with BSc in Physician Assistant.
I got a spot in, where is he? Oh, there you are. Okay.
So in brief professional summary, the public health professional with 4 years experience in healthcare, hospital setting, global medical affairs, skilled in multinational survey research, K1 collaboration, community engagements, and SPSS-based data analysis, focused on advancing home blood pressure monitoring and hypertension care across Asia through collaboration with academics and societies and experts, with the proven ability to manage multiple projects and deliver impactful health outcomes. With this, I introduce Mr. Manoj Kumar. Thank you very much.
A brief introduction of Dr. Noriko as well, because I just wanted to mention her credentials. It's very important for all of us to know that what kind of work she is into and what kind of research she is doing. So she's a PhD in public health, Master of Public Health, and BA in Business Administration. And she has current affiliation with Omeron Healthcare and Hind Institute of Medical Sciences. And as far as her professional journey is concerned, she's a public health researcher, global medical affairs professional focused on home blood pressure monitoring and hypertension care in Asia, collaborating with experts and academic societies to improve clinical practice and reduce cardiovascular risk. Also engaged in educating medical and nursing students on hypertension and HPPM, supporting the development of future healthcare providers. So with this, now I invite you to please take on the come on the dais and give your presentation. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Namaste. Can we get
I think you need to just pick it on from that. You can take this one. You have to get used to all these things in India, you know. Every, okay.
uh, uh, uh. Namaste. मेरा मेरा नाम है नोरिको नमस्ते है. Thank you for this opportunity to invite me as speaker. And also, as Professor Gupta, since we do have very precious time, I use your precious time to have some talk. So thank you very much for all your time and thank you for inviting me as speaker. So my name is Nico and I'm Japanese, but I live in Singapore for 20 years. So something like a Japanese and Singaporean mixed culture. So now it's a more often come to India. So like India is like my second hometown. So I'm so happy to meet all of you. Thank you so much. I think I'm not medical doctor, so just PhD of the public health. So that's why all the doctors know more about this and patients. So that's why maybe today's agenda you have already know, and also maybe a little bit basic, but please recap together the all the these things. And also I including the new guideline on the blood pressure monitoring guideline in India. It's just published last year, November. So maybe this is new to all of you, so I add this new information. So hope you understand my Japanese English.
Very well.
Okay, this is an us, right? So we conducted physician survey 2020, including 12 countries in Asia. Of course, India also included. In India, Professor Verma, Nassim Verma from Lucknow and Professor T.S. Wanda from Vienna was made this survey from the India. We collected the 8,000 physicians from over the 12 years, 12 countries. So we asked the home blood pressure monitoring understanding and current practice, their countries and their daily practice. So a little bit small, but can you see this, right? So right hand side, our finding is highly recommended by physician about home blood pressure monitoring in sorry, in Asia. So 95% of the doctors say, do you recommend home blood pressure monitoring to your hypertensive people, patients? Yes, was 95%. Maybe, do you recommend blood pressure, home blood pressure? Maybe I say yes. Yeah, so, and we asked, what do you think in your countries, home blood pressure monitoring is highly recognized? Yes. So the people, physician answer highly recognized by physician in your country was only 50%. They say I recommend, but in my country, still recognition by physician about home BP is still low. Also, how many people of your patients measure home blood pressure monitoring? So average 44%. Doctor say this is a survey result. Also, another thing, we have the hypertension threshold cutoff. How to diagnose this by clinic BP and home BP. So in this survey, surprisingly, clinic BP cut off 140 for systolic blood pressure, 90 for diastolic pressure. This correct answer could manage to answer is only 55%. So we need to say half of the doctor don't believe remember 140, 90 for clinical threshold. Then how about home blood pressure monitoring? So this is a 135 for systolic and 85 for diastolic. This is only 9% of the physician could answer. It means 1 in 5 physicians correctly can answer this threshold. So even though 96% of the doctors recommend home BP to the patient, but they don't know the threshold of home blood pressure monitoring. This was the what our finding from this survey. Also, we asked the barrier for the home blood pressure monitoring for physicians. So they mentioned that lack of understanding of home blood pressure monitoring. Also, guideline is a 50% mentioned. Also, concern of reliability and accuracy of the home blood pressure monitoring is the more high reason to not recommend. So that's why this is our 2020, 5 years ago result. Yes. So all the experts from this 12 country in Asia is quite shocked because recommendation is 96%, but doctors, especially GP doctors, is a participate. Their understanding is quite lacking. So that's why all the countries in 2019 after the survey, so they decided to make the clear guidance about home blood pressure monitoring in their countries. Because all the countries have hypertension guideline. However, home blood pressure monitoring part is only part of the home BP hypertension guideline. They are not broad and not details. Maybe doctor focus more for the treatment than diagnosis. That's why we decided to support, develop on home blood pressure monitoring guideline. So after the survey, before the survey, only 4 countries in Asia is available home blood pressure guideline. But after the survey, because the quite shocking results, they developed home BP guideline. Then India is finally 2025 last year's PPCon in Lucknow. They announced they developed the home blood pressure monitoring guideline using the India domestic national data evidence. So what is inside the home BP guideline? This is also very basic. Sorry, this is a very small. I think we can distribute this slide later. Yes. So as you know, blood pressure monitoring method is basically 3 types: clinic office blood pressure measurement, and home blood pressure measurement, and laboratory measurement, AB. These 3. So home blood pressure monitoring and APM can diagnose mass hypertension and white coat hypertension because out of office. So it's not like a more usual condition for patient, right? So most of the data in India is available by clinic BP. Yes. But home blood pressure monitoring ABPM is we can realize the white coat hypertension and mass hypertension. So Asian home BP survey 2020 in India data, we asked which BP measurement is the most important for you to decide on treatment for patient. So clinic BP was 33%, and home BP is a 50%, and ABPM is a 15%. Again, 96% of the people physicians say I recommend. And also 50% of people say home blood pressure monitoring is the most important. However, again, 135/85 threshold is only 20% of the physicians know about this. So that's why, again, this is very basic, but we have to remember that threshold 135/85 for 149. So this threshold is very important. Otherwise, sometimes misdiagnosis or overdiagnosis. So current guideline standard clinic BP is 140/90 systolic pressure and diastolic pressure. Home blood pressure monitoring is 135/85. This is also very important for tell the patients because nowadays a lot of patients also measure blood pressure at home. Yes, but if they don't know what is the borderline, yes, is hypertension. If so, they measure, they don't know. My blood pressure is high or low. So that's why always keep this 135/85 is important. Recently, this is a little bit confusion. This is new information because Indian Society of Hypertension just devised the hypertension guideline last year. They say that clinic BP threshold 135/80. Yeah, so 10 millimercury reduce. Yes, so it means that 10 millimercury is reduced, meaning to say more hypertension diagnosis people is increased. Yes, I'm not sure how many percent of the Indian population, if because of this threshold, increase the hypertension incidence, but this is a new guideline. Now India and Japan changed to 130/80, same as the American guideline, but still 140/90 is a golden standard for the globally. This is also very basic basic point. This is already, I think, everybody know. So blood pressure is always change. BP variability is here. So sometimes now I just checked my heart rate was almost 90 because I was nervous. So maybe blood pressure also increased. So under the stress of pressure, yes, people increase. Maybe Monday and Wednesday, if we measure, maybe increase because of the stress. Maybe Friday more relaxed. Weekend maybe relaxed. But Sunday night, maybe Sunday night blue, so increase. So that's why a lot of situation always BP is up down. This is a BP variability. That's why not only for the clinic, but also in the home or many occasions it's better to measure more often so that more we know the real situation. So you can see this is some of the example. So you can see the clinic BP here is a clinic BP variability. So this patient is very stable, very stable. Visit one, yeah, visit one, visit two, visit three, visit four. So this is the number of the clinic visiting. This is very just always same. However, this patient is all the BP is changed. So sometimes very high, sometimes very low. This is a cutoff. This this is a cutoff. So sometimes uncontrolled, but sometimes very controlled. So this kind of people is a very high variability patient. So same as home blood pressure monitoring also because this is can see the time morning to evening. Basically, morning is more high, become high. This is the most of people. So then during the time, daytime, they take the medicine. Maybe medicine is working. So that's why still control. But maybe not reduced. So always 24 hours, our BP is changed. That's why home blood pressure monitoring is we can measure morning and evening. So sometimes afternoon. But when I feel unwell, also we can check the BP. So this is a very useful for the new. So this is also what we change, what we always change. So this is also sorry, very basic point for you, but I just want to recap. So before white coat hypertension, white coat hypertension is clinic BP is high, more than 140/90, something like a 148/90. Yes. Clinic BP is high, but home blood pressure monitoring is under 135/85. So actually, condition is very poor, but not hypertension. But go to the clinic is high. If doctor doesn't measure the blood pressure at home, they diagnosis or they think this patient is uncontrolled situation. The other hand, this is the more dangerous type. It will mass hypertension. Mass hypertension is the opposite of the white coat hypertension. So clinic BP is okay, very controlled, like 120/76. However, home blood pressure monitoring reading is 146. This is considered uncontrolled situation. So if they don't measure at home, we can find this kind of type of patients because it seems to very okay for them because 120/70 for clinic, right? So that's why always clinic BP and home BP should be set so that we can see more best condition. So very small. So very small. But this one is we show part of our agent home BP survey. We asked the doctor, left hand side is the 2020 survey, right hand side is the 2025 survey. This is a display survey. So we asked the doctor because 96% of the doctor recommend home blood pressure monitoring, right? So we asked, what is the benefit of the home blood pressure monitoring? So this is the result. I measure. So you can see here is a 50%. This is all the benefit. Yes, for example, diagnosis white coat hypertension, diagnosis mass hypertension, also awareness hypertension patients, and important drug compliance, and also we see the detection of the medical medication detection. So all the we can device home blood pressure benefit is here, but only diagnosis white coat hypertension and mass hypertension is more than 50%. So meaning to say other benefit is they don't realize almost like a 30% of the people choose. So that's why again, even the recommendation is hard, but doctor itself still home blood pressure monitoring is not recognized for the benefit and don't utilize the in the daily practice. This is a situation in here also Asia. That's why we try to promote more home blood pressure monitoring benefits. What is the benefit and also what we can support for the regulatory development. So we show that this is a benefit of home blood pressure monitoring. We can three categories for the diagnosis purpose and treatment purpose and monitoring purpose. We can support this point. So for the diagnosis, as the previous slide also mentioned, we can diagnose white coat hypertension, mass hypertension, also resistant hypertension, hypotension also. Yes. However, home blood pressure monitoring is awake condition we can measure. Just like nocturnal blood pressure is not available. Nocturnal is only for BPM. Then treatment is if we use a home blood pressure monitoring for the treatment, we can see evaluate efficacy of antihypertension drug. It's working or not. Yes, because we can measure morning and evening also. the monitoring, this is also be, be used for the monitoring because sometimes patients need to monitor for their BP. So this is good communication tool between the patient and the doctors. So because patient report to the doctors, doctor also check. So this is a very good communication tool to be. However, there are some limitations for the home blood pressure. Accurate BP measurement because patient is not professional. That's why sometimes the method and the measurement rate is maybe wrongly. If so, the BP value also inaccurate. Also, now is a lot of BP devices are available. It's not validated device like a very small and cheap device. It's not accurate. So that's why must be careful to receive the device as well. So, therefore, home BP is correct device, validated device, and correct measurement method, and timing and frequency is very important. How many doctors recommend home blood pressure monitoring to the hypertensive people? Do you recommend home blood pressure monitoring?
Like we do recommend, we do see there are a lot of financial constraints and all things.
Yes.
So letting not that again capabilities can be put in. We have to see the patient who can do it and who can afford it.
Yes.
Not to forget to get everything.
Yes, understood. Yes, so this is also one of the barrier because some patients, financial barrier also because some of the our advanced device is quite expensive. So maybe they are not afford to be there. Yes, also, maybe patients also doesn't realize the benefit. So cannot get more 100%. Yes, understand. So BP device is a guideline recommend validated device automatic upper spirometric method. It's by recommended. So we always say that in the what is where is a validated device? How do you find is there are some global standards is there, but not all the India available device in the list. Because they use only their own country's device for so many devices. So unfortunately, in India, there are no list for the validated device. How to check is in the box. Yes. So in the box, they mention in the clinical validated. Because patient also, doctor also cannot always check the website, but see the box. They always mention clinical validated. Most of the device, if it's validated, they mention clinical validated. This is the more easy way to find the validated device. The method of the measurement. This is also very similar to clinic blood pressure monitoring method, but just be careful. So before the measurement, must go to the toilet, must be the empty bladder, must urinate, and rest 1 to 5 minutes to rest relax. No smoking, no caffeine, and no lighting clothes. Sometimes this also yes. Also measure on both and this is impossible. Then must be the cuff is a heart level, and this is most important because the arm is here 2 centimeters is above the arm. And ensure the clothing are very comfortable and must be the back straight and fit on the floor. So this is a very good measure. I think this is very basic and more same as physical measure. So how often to measure is here? Morning and evening 2 times. 2 occasions. Morning 2 times, nighttime 2 times. Then how long? This is every day, like every day for 7 days per week. But Mr. Manoj, do you measure home blood pressure monitoring 7 days every day? No. Oh no. I was quite challenging. I don't know. Because morning and evening, 7 days quite major. Yeah. But guideline is 7 days. But guideline mentioned that at least 3 days. 3 days. So that we can see the average. So minimum 3 days. This is every day. Okay. So we conducted some patient survey across the Asia. And this is India data. So we conducted 2018 to 2024. We asked the patients and the general population about hypertension and home blood pressure monitoring. So then we divide by 3 groups for the pre-pandemic and pandemic, during the COVID pandemic and the post-pandemic. So we asked your physician recommend home blood pressure monitoring. So this is a non-hypertension group. So pre-pandemic is recommendation rate is 33%. Then pandemic time is 46%. During the pandemic time, only give monitoring very recommended just by increase. Then post-pandemic also still 53% of the non-hypertension people got the recommendation. Device also 55% of the hypertension people have device. How about hypertension? So pre-pandemic, yes, again, 65% of the people receive the recommendation by doctors. Just now, doctors' recommendation survey is 96%. But 65% of the patients receive the recommendation by doctor. Pandemic is increased 82% because they can go to the clinic, so more people recommend it. Then post-pandemic, just they also continue this kind of culture. So 86% of the people received the doctor's recommendation and 85% of the device ownership among the hypertension people. But 85, your patient, hypertension patients, you guess how many percent of the patients have a device? Okay.
How many?
How many patients, hypertension people, measure blood pressure at home in your patient?
My practice,
Yes.
I would say very less, maybe less than 5%.
5%. Yeah. Yes, yes. So, yes. It's a bit of-
So since I'm involved in grant study, almost 70% of my patients weigh in blood pressure.
So yes, a lot of the difficulty to recommend because patient itself also maybe find out as a patient financial problem or maybe still education level is a limit.
Yeah, patient party is very important.
Yes, yes, yes. There is a lot of challenging. Also, to recommend, doctors recommend home blood pressure monitoring to the patient also quite time consuming and very busy. Yeah, I think also maybe doctor also doesn't believe. Yes, this is I think the barrier. So yes, but this is a and most important is a below is here. Again, patient also, I received the doctor's recommendation, 86%. Then doctor also say, I recommend 96%. However, I was instructed on how to measure my blood pressure at home by physician. It's 48%. Doctor provide instruction on home blood pressure time, what time you should measure was 41%. And doctor was aware that I have blood pressure monitoring at home 30%. Then doctor follow up on my blood pressure reading at home is 23%. Again, repeat. Doctor's recommendation is almost 90%. But doctors don't know my patient have a device or not. And also never how to measure, also never instruct, and never follow up patient weekly readings at home. Yes. So that's why we realize just maybe casually recommend or a little bit difficult to follow up the patient's reading because of busy consultation time or patient itself some issue problem barriers here. So today later I want to discuss what is a difficulty or barrier cannot recommend or very difficult to follow up patient. I just so this is a ground study is home blood pressure monitoring evidence in India among the all the 19 investigators, including Professor Bijul Gupta in Punjab. Yes, and 12 states we conducted this ground study. So home blood pressure monitoring recommendation is high, but still not penetrated yet. That's why we try to conduct some of the ground study. It's called ground study. So what is the protocol is, this is a 7 days measurement at home. Before the home blood pressure monitoring, we same device we use. Then visit one clinic BP, we measure their BP at clinic. Then patient bring back same device to the home, 7 days, morning and evening they measure. Then again they back to the clinic after the 7 days. Then again visit to measurement. This is the protocol. Then we compare mean of the clinic BP and mean of the home blood pressure monitoring. How is the differentiation? This is a result. Jajan. So total number of the analysis data is 1,500. So well control, it means both clinic BP and home blood pressure monitoring is control, well control is 55%. Then sustain uncontrolled, both clinic and home blood pressure monitoring is uncontrolled, is 17%. White coat hypertension was 5%. Mask hypertension was 22%. So again, this white coat hypertension and mask hypertension is without home blood pressure monitoring. We can realize this person. Yes, white coat hypertension also some risk, but most dangerous part is this because if never measure blood pressure at home, doctors doesn't realize because the clinic BP is very stable. Then this is a gap. So we checked well controlled hypertension. Only clinic BP is 77%. However, we including clinic BP and home BP both is 59%. So this discrepancy is almost 22% difference. So this is a mask hypertension. That's why clinic BP then additionally have a home BP can support to find this kind of special mask hypertension patient. Okay? So just this is our surveys device ownership before the ground study was 45%. And regular home blood pressure monitoring people is 66%. This is a more reliable, near the real situation. This is a before the ground study. Then this is a very small. Yes. So this is a regional difference because we have the 12 states and 7 regions. So we can see in the, for example, total 77 in the well controlled by clinic BP only, minus well controlled by clinic and home BP 55. Discrepancy was 22%, right? So most big gap region was West, 24%, very big gap. And how about state basis? The Punjab, this is a Professor Bijul Gupta's institution. So his patient only clinic BP, then we see how many percent of the people well control is 75% well control by clinic. Very good, good day, already good day. But including the home blood pressure monitoring become 55%. Discrepancy is almost 20%. So that's why this 20%, if you never measure blood pressure at home, Professor Gupta doesn't know this person is actually mass hypertension. Yes. So this is amazing result. This is a follow-up study by Professor Gupta. So before baseline data during the ground study, his patient, hypertensive patient, device ownership was 28%. So like Professor Gupta, before the ground study, you don't recommend for blood pressure monitoring? If he didn't recommend, yes. So maybe later I ask the reason. Yes. Then also clinic baby control is 26%. Yes. So he has some mass hypertension is 5.3, white coat hypertension 10%, and a sustain is 16. So he realized after the home blood pressure monitoring to us, he realized this group. So he gave the intervention. He changed his treatment to this group. Yes, increase the dosage, change the type of medicine, and maybe give some blood pressure monitoring at home also. Then after the three months, his patient or 100% control. Yes. So blood pressure monitoring can not use for the treatment like can support because we never measure at home. We don't realize this one. Also, we can take some intervention, right? So he is 52% of the people to modify the current treatment. So then become 100% is better control. So this is very impressive result. And also now his patients in this 75 people is 100% home blood pressure device ownership. So that's very long. So this is the last slide. Okay, so take home message. So instruct patient how to measure blood pressure monitoring properly is very important. Also, again, just recommend is not used. Yes, we have to educate the patient why you should measure at home. What is the benefit? Why you should? Yes. Then next is a BP change. BP change is always depend on the condition, like a morning and a Monday, Saturday also change. So always change. That's why more often better to measure at home or clinic. Yes. So diagnosis hypertension, monitor BP control by both clinic and home BP is more real BP. Okay. Also, use validated device. Check the box. Clinical validated is mentioned. Okay. Correct measurement also important. Yes. If measurement during the measurement time is talking 10 to 20 millimercury is increased. So the method is very important. This 3 points is we have to be always set. So this one is we always educate the patient. Today, now he's distributing. We prepare some of the material. So we prepare for the A4 size educational material for doctor to use for the patient. This is what happens if blood pressure stay high, kind of organ damage happen. This is more easy to patient to understand, so that more motivated patient to be. Yes. Also, blood pressure is always changed, as I said. So maybe too much salt also affect. So this is also be mentioned in here. And most important is how to measure blood pressure at home. So this is a method here. Must go to toilet. There's no smoking, no coughing. Those kind of point is here. Then how often have to measure morning and evening 2 times? Yeah, so mentioned. Then how to select device, validated device. Here also mentioned. So you can use this for the patient education to put your desk to show It's very easy, simple one. But if you use and you feel something, this is unclear or it's better to add something, please give us the advice so that we can improve this brochure. And I asked just how many people recommend home blood pressure monitoring is still very low in this group. So this is I also including the BP measurement recording sheet. Maybe from today and tomorrow, maybe try to recommend home blood pressure monitoring to your patients, especially maybe uncontrolled people. Yes. So every day, morning and evening measure. So this is how to feel experience here. We translate by Punjabi also. So then let us know is how is the response by patient. As Sas mentioned, maybe a little bit difficult for the patient. It's a lot of barrier. That kind of honest feedback also really needed. Yes. Then another point, and last one is we include in the some patient survey. So this is very simple survey. Do you have the device? If yes, why do you have yes? So if no, why you don't have? Yes. If what kind of support if you have, I want to try. That kind of very simple survey. This also I would like to all of you to try. So that what is a real barrier for the patient and the doctor we will know. Yes. So yes, it's I would like to try for tomorrow your practice. So thank you very much for your all the time and also sorry my broken English and I sound a little bit nervous. So I couldn't present well. So yes. So now we also conducted some lecture to the medical school, nursing school and a medical school because nurse also very important, healthcare provider responsibility. So tomorrow, GMHC comes up, we will go together with the professor, doctor, to give some basic blood pressure monitoring lecture. So we try to uh, work together with a healthcare provider and a young future doctors and nurse. Yes. So thank you very much for your time and thank you very much for inviting me as a speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And you have really put a lot of spotlight upon, the home blood pressure readings and how even our own study has really, bring out the differences between tactically controlled blood pressure and supposedly we think that the difference of 20-25% is a huge. Uh, so, so I'm sure that more and more patients will, gonna benefit from, uh, proper control of blood pressure if we really adopt this technique of home blood pressure monitoring. And so I'm sure there must be a lot of questions in the house and.
It was very nice, extensive talk. Blood pressure monitoring. Uh, in our practice, what we feel that probably blood pressure is underdiagnosed, overdiagnosed, and not diagnosed at all. And we are thankful to Omron people, who have managed to rather helped us, by providing people having a home monitoring. That will probably create more and more awareness among the people. And we can have a better control of blood pressure by this sort of way. Number one. Number two, any sort of word about the ambulatory blood pressure monitoring, because this is only twice a day.
Yes.
One day, ambulatory is 24 hours, There is the difference between the.
We don't want to have another lecture on emulator.
I just want a few words.
See, Yes, so ABPM also very useful for the diagnosis for the nocturnal and hypertension and mass hypertension because they can capture every 24 hours, every week, every hours, every 1 hours. So this is also very golden standard. So unfortunately, cost is high and not all the hospital clinic is available. Also, our company also we have the night blood pressure at home. So we are trying before the launch every week, every 1 hour the device so disturbing. So we give up 3 days because cannot sleep well. Yes.
Ambulatory blood pressure monitoring, that keeps on and getting that completely right all the time.
We- but the one is very is nowadays increase the nocturnal hypertension because sleep apnea also increase. So this is very useful for the diagnosis as well. Yes.
I've been told that there are more than about 10 sources of practice by the agency, starting from 2,000 rupees to 10,000 rupees. Which one you recommend?
1,000 rupees. Because other have Bluetooth compatibility, lot of other things. The cheapest one is the best one. Because you don't need Bluetooth and.
So one thing, which one concern always remain with the Omron device. So of course, Omron is the most frequently used home blood pressure monitoring device. But I don't even know of any other, device which is available. And this is almost over the counter available blood pressure monitoring device. Like we check. So one concern always remains. You see, like if you monitor, if you monitor the blood pressure with the device, multiple times. There is a lot of variability within the readings at the same time. So the lot of variability among the readings. I don't know what there is some kind of technical, how to interpret those variability. And sometimes I feel the speed at which the blood pressure falls or the pressure falls is too high when you monitor blood pressure with the devices. If you can lower the speed a little bit, maybe you can have more accuracy in measurement.
Yes. Yes. So we also have because we sell online also there are some Amazon review also. Yes, your device is it's inaccurate because sometimes too high, sometimes too low. And as a sir mentioned, because 220 mercury different. Yes. So yes. So we can think some possibilities. So for the accuracy, we we conduct the clinical validated the protocol. So how do we do this? We have a lot of validation. So automatic device and auscultation. Then we see the difference because then 7 times we repeated. So then finally clear all the criteria, then we launch. So that's why uh, for as a manufacturer, so as a quality, I think should be okay. So my concern is maybe the method, how to measure, maybe not in a correct path, or maybe during the measurement time, maybe patient talking. Yes, also increase. So maybe this also can be possible. And another thing is, if not doubt, worry about our device, you can send to our customer center to recalibrate. So we can have this one. Yes.
So basically, I wanted to share the experience of grant study. So I am in contact since 2023. Before that, I was involved in May measurement one. When I was in Adesh, lot of patients we generated a data of about 7 to 8,000. After I left Adesh, then Pratandaji बैठे हैं. I used to have camps at two places. High volume. Dr. Kalash has helped me a lot about 2,000 to 3,000 patients a month I was generating from his clinic, as well as 2-3,000 a month from Delhi Heart. So that is how I generated the data, and I presented the data in 3-4 papers of 24,000 patients, and it is published in JAPI as well as the Physician Journal of Bengal. And the criteria, it is still accepted for publication in JIMA. That is according to the ACCSA guidelines of less than 130/80 and the Indian guidelines less than 140/90. How much increase is there? Welcome, Dr. Naresh. I didn't see you. That is why I refer to Prasinta. It is with the support of Dr. Naresh that I have been able to generate such a data. Almost from 33% prevalence of hypertension jumped to 67%. And this is under publication, accepted for publication in Journal of Indian Medical Association. And as far as grant study is concerned, I was also not recommending home blood pressure monitoring before I was involved in the grant study. So in Punjab, R was the center. So they provided us with 70 blood pressure apprentices. It was Bluetooth compatible because the validation or accuracy or honesty of Indian data is always questioned. So what we used to do was we used to give the BP apparatus to the patient, used to measure at home, and when he came back after 7 days, it was connected to the computer and the data was downloaded directly from the BP apparatus. And separately, it was noted by the patient. And that is how we could see whether the patient was honest in writing the data on the sheet and what was recorded in the BP apparatus. And what I felt during that study, that lot of patients became, Madhavi sir, thank you very much for coming. PMCD accreditation bhi hogi sir. So, lot of patients were sensitized, educated, and after that, after 7 days, when patient came back after a month, he demanded, कि डॉक्टर साहब सानू भी दो बजे cost constraint is very high. Definitely, after the study, Omron sent me all the 17 BP apparatuses, which I distributed among the deprived patients. 2000 ਵਾਲਾ time ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਘੱਟੋ ਘੱਟ ਵਾਲਾ ਲਓ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਂਦੀ Bluetooth compatible ਦੀ Bluetooth ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਾ and patient can afford that. ਜੇ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਗਾਂਧੀ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਤੋਂ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਤਾਂ 1800-1900 ਦਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੈ. So after that we published, now we are going to publish the follow-up of the grant study. And mind you, now 100% of my patients are controlled. And those who can afford have their machines, about 75% of their machines. They bring record every month, not every day. I don't recommend every day. I recommend once a week or twice a week at the most. क्योंकि जो देखने लगता है उसमें बात जानता है blood pressure के तो हो जाता है. So that was my experience with grant study, and when you come across such things, so your attitude changes. Now I spent at least 15 minutes educating the patient how to take, and question of variability comes very frequently. And that is why we ask the patient to record 3 readings, 1 minute apart, discard the highest reading, take average of the lowest 2 readings, and that you should record.
That's why the Omron people have introduced a new machine which takes 3 readings.
3 readings and give you the average of those readings. So that is how you educate the patient. And next, I will take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Soman, Dr. Sharad is not here, Dr. Arvind, because I am participating in Lipid Association of India study, which is a big study. It is about acute coronary syndrome. We physicians don't get many patients, so I requested 3-4 centers to provide me the data, and with their support, I am very proud to say that Punjab data, I cannot say Punjab data, but Bhatinda data is the second most prominent data among 18 centers all over India. So thank you very much for supporting me. So that is how we were able to generate data for May measurement month of 24,000. That is also the biggest data in India, which we have published and which we are going to publish. So thank you very much for all the support. Now I'll request chairpersons to wind up the session if there are no more questions or interaction.
Sir, as a physician, your follow-up study is very inspiring. We go from this meeting inspired to recommend home blood pressure monitoring. Couple of challenges and a couple of queries I would like to ask. One is regarding the device. There is always a concern on Omron 2000 wala. We got it. Variability, we got it. And the second is like white coat hypertension, the patients who are anxious, they also at home, when they check, immediately try this. For those patients, and they bother you again. They call you and bother you. That's one challenge as a physician which we get. Love. That's a resistance which we don't recommend home blood pressure monitoring. We recommend clinic blood pressure monitoring.
Very valid question. ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤਾ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ 2 ਵਜੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਸਾਹਿਬ 180 ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਬਲੱਡ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੂੰ ਬਲੱਡ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਦੀ ਆਪਰੇਟਰ ਦੀ ਮਸ਼ੀਨ ਚੋਂ ਸੈੱਲ ਕੱਢ ਤੇ ਸੌਂ ਜਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੇ ਸੌਂਏਗਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ 180 ਰਹਿਣਾ ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਦੀ ਪਾਰਟ ਆਫ ਦੀ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਦੀ ਪੇਸ਼ੈਂਟ ਕਿ once your blood pressure is 180 don't rely on reading. Check it next day, check it next day, check it next day, and if still it is high, come to me. Don't ring me up. क्योंकि जे फोन करेगा ना फिर बढ़ जाएगा तेरा blood pressure. So this is great challenge, and that is why patient education is very very important. हाँ जी.
The second is
तो डर तो तभी है जी मुड़ के नींद घट आती है. हाँ जी.
Should I go for overeating?
No. So if you are not hypertensive, risk factors are not there. So it is 6 monthly checkup. Whether you get it a clinic, हजे भी जेड़ा साडी recommendation है ना जी diagnosis of hypertension is based on clinic blood pressure monitoring. That is 140/90. And now the Hypertension Society of India has come up with 130/80. But most of the societies in India still recommend above 140/90. Target to be achieved 130/80 if there are comorbidities.
But how do we know that? His question is very valid. Like you yourself said, the incidence of marked hypertension is to the tune of 22% or 20%. He may be having marked hypertension.
तो बिल्कुल हो सकता है.
Are there any guidelines that who should take monitoring TB and who should not?
Still the guidelines are for blood pressure hypertensive patients.
Hypertension, it is fine. If somebody-
ये कोई guideline नहीं है जी हिंदुस्तान में.
So, yeah.
Huh?
That's why he's asking.
Definitely, it's a very good question.
What hypertension? How do I know I'm being asked to come back?
This is very valid question. This I am going to take up. ਇਹ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਜੀ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਚੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਦਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਦੱਸੋ ਭਾਈ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਐਕਸਲੈਂਟ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ
We need to do a study on this.
Yeah.
ਡੈਫੀਨਿਟ
The incidence of marked hypertension is pretty high as per the data
Yes.
say. We used to think the white coat hypertension is incidence is high, but even marked hypertension is also high.
Marks over the if it goes into the sensor hypertension.
So tomorrow we have arranged interaction with medical college students at Freeport Medical College. I was not able to contact AIMS for their view since principal of Desh Medical College is here. So you can have interaction and fix up some time and date. So thank you very much. Special thanks to my friends, non-organizing, non-doctors organizing committee, please, Kunal, Anil Polaji, Rajinder Sethia, and Ashwini is not here. So they are always there to help me day in and day out. And special thanks to Dr. Pramod, Principal Adesh Medical College, Dr. Janak, who has come all the way from Mansa. Thank you very much. Your presence will encourage us to go for more CMEs. Now the command is with the young doctors, Dr. Amit and Dr. Jayan. They are going to take forward, bring in the old culture of academics in Bhatinda. Dr. Naresh Goyal, Jindal Saab. So I take this opportunity also to help us in promoting Mapicon also, to generate funds from Mapicon. ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਫਾਰਮ ਵਾਲੀ ਸਪੋਰਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੀ, ਮੇਰੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਘੱਟ ਆ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪੈਸੇ ਘੱਟ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ, ਪਰ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰਜਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਧਾਉਣੀ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ। So few people support us, we can reduce the registration fee. ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮਾਮੂਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਦੋਗੇ 2 ਲੱਖ ਰੁਪਏ ਦਿਆ ਮੈਪੀਕੋਨ ਨੂੰ 4 ਦੇ ਜੂਗਾ ਜੀ। ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕੈਲਾਸ਼ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਦੇਅਰ ਟੂ ਹੈਲਪ ਅਸ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਫੋਨ ਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਕੋਈ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਦੱਸ ਦੀ, ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ। ਹਜੇ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਪੀਕੋਨ ਕੋਲੇ API ਕੋਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਪੈਸੇ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਥੋੜਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਲੈਣੇ। ਸੋ ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਥਿੰਕ ਆਫ getting sponsorship from pharma for Mapicon. Dr. Kakkad, again, thank you very much. She is member of our organizing committee also, Madam Monica. So her inputs are very valuable. When we first met 2 years back, she just came there. So I requested her to come in every meeting to give her inputs. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. So now, so number the pakada. Everyone has written their name. Somebody is left. On the top, right? They say Dr. Rohit Rakke.
Once it is well controlled, well controlled.
Hospital check वाली check करके ना बेटा। मैं तो पर्चे छपाए हुए वो 5 से दूंगा, जब नहीं जानता हूँ करना क्या है। In fact, greatest चीजों मिलती है। Your attitude some changes with the actually study या कुछ पढ़ में या किसी ना interaction हो जाए। 100% अच्छा, this is follow-up study is only after
Formidable for example, I would say.
I mean, it's dedication. Otherwise, isn't practice.
नहीं वो 100% इस करके सर
Under looks,
नहीं वो इस करके है जी 25% ड्रॉप आउट किया, जितना हम उसी फॉलो अप नहीं कर सके।
I couldn't make out of that such, but SUCH. SUCH is तीन की का लिखे ना, एक VUCH, एक MUCH, एक वर्ड SUCH। आपकी जो स्टडी थी, आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ, SUCH क्या था?
बात ये होगी मैं तो पूरा ही पढ़ता हूँ।
S से क्या था? SUCH।
Class control, stable control,
SUCH क्या था?
ये सारे
ये तो जीवन भाई।
So everybody is listed here. नंबर पाने हैं यार, और कर दूंगा फिर रह ना जावे कोई।
मेरा नाम है दिया।
डॉक्टर साहब का नहीं लिखा।
चलो कोई नहीं, मैं तो वैसे ही ले लूंगा।
डॉक्टर के
So do Omron has a ambulatory blood pressure monitoring device also? You don't have, okay. But ABPM is also important, and we use ABPM quite often. And especially because as we know, a lot of patients have uncontrolled hypertension, especially the night time, the phenotypes, whether they are dipper, extreme dipper, morning surgeries. And in fact, the morning surgeries are highly correlated with the adverse cardiovascular events. So ABPM has also got significant impact on blood pressure management. I do. We do know. Especially to evaluate patients who have symptoms of hypertension, especially functional orthostatic hypertension.
Yes.
Not to my area,
We are developing sound like much time. There is a tough. Yes, it's tough. So next generation will be every year after hours. I hope the company later.
I think I'm already advancing. See, can you make without machine?
Very, not very far before.
Yes. It's for M5. M5 is one technology. Without even machine, you see, you can make it.
You need to calibrate standard machine every year or some patient participation.
And how to calibrate?
We all have the something of customer center.
Customer sentiment written down. अब तो गोल्ड बैठना नहीं बनता था
System है ना?
मैं खेलने लगा
Question is, when and how to calibrate the equipment?
Calibrate the machine.
You got a new machine and you have some doubt whether the readings are accurate or not. So how do you?
Normally, at our customer service center, for example, we have at Ludhiana. We had at Chandigarh, but now Chandigarh we have. Ludhiana, we have both in the at Chandigarh. But doctors, we can get it picked up from the service, from the clinic. There will be nearby pickup centers. So we just to do is, we'll give you the numbers. We'll take the help of you. And then that person who has system and everything is there, they will take the machine and they will provide it back in 2 days.
What is the accuracy of these machines when you have irregular rhythm
Like you're talking about, it is really
or lot of ventricular ectopic or
in the recent technology, the recent launch, for example, one of our model is 73610, which used to take 3 readings after the gap of 30 seconds. Then it used to detect whether it is possible atrial fibrillation or not. Now we have come up with a new technology called TPW technology. Now new series of BP monitor, we are calling it taking the SF series. In that, which detects atrial fibrillation in just 1 reading. It had it, the one which I'm talking about the charger of. Yes.
So now this is time for the lucky draw for 5 Omron devices. And I'll request 5 ladies to please come and pick one of the Dr. Soman. Dr. Simon, please. Dr. Monica, both Monica. Dr. Janak announce करेंगे. नहीं announce करो ना. Dr. नरेश तुसी आ जाओ. और नहीं आओ जी ना आ जाओ Gloria साहब. Oh yeah. ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਫੋਟੋ ਖਿੱਚੀਏ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਖਿੱਚਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੌਣ ਰਿਹਾ Yes.
The first one is number 6.
Kunal Sharma. Kunal Sharma. नहीं अगला अगला नंबर बोल रहे थे चलो डिवाइस देने वास्ते तो आ जाओ दोनों ब्लैक शर्ट्स आ जाओ यार एक एक करके बुलाओ जी वो
70.
डॉक्टर जाना खाओ की प्लीज
And the last one 27.
वो तो बेच रही अगला
Number 12. Okay. Number 16.
डॉक्टर नरूला
Not very.
12
59.
डॉक्टर नरूला था ये 85 8054 आओ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਦੇਖਿਆ Dr. Rula, please. Most appropriate person to have the BP device. Critical care specialist. हाँ.
That's what is the next one. Is the principal of medical college of age.
डॉक्टर मोनिका के हाथ तो ही निकले डॉक्टर कंपोज का
And the last one today is Dr. Neil Grover.
he is also most appropriate person
Thank you.
so thank you very much can you please introduce yourself
Thank you very much, respected Dr. Gupta and all. My name is Kumar. I am working as head of marketing at Omron Healthcare. I joined around 1.5 years back. This is my first visit to Dr. Gupta, and I am very thankful to have you as a very good guest and doctors who can guide us and how Omron can take care of this home blood pressure monitoring. So Omron is on a global mission of having zero cardiovascular risk. So we need support from doctors like you so that we can actually embark this mission. Thank you very much.
thank you very much everyone so dinner लग गया भाई तो दारू तो है नहीं सीधा डिनर ही है ना हाँ तो मैं अपना ਉਹਦੇ ਚ है ना because API Malwa branch constitution it is written that no liquor will be served in any official function ਜਦੋਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਸਪਾਂਸਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ API ਮਾਲਵਾ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਈ ਸੀਗੀ ਓਵਰਆਲ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਪੈਸੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ It was just a pricing for home blood pressure monitoring because it changed my attitude to treat hypertension with home blood pressure monitoring. So thank you very much. Enjoy the dinner.